Hey, what's up? It's always me, Johnny, and today we're gonna see some new phones that will come out in this month and also in October. And so because now there is all this hype for the iPhones, we have like a lot of new phones that are pretty much interesting. But before seeing those, let's roll the intro. So let's start talking about Samsung. And actually Samsung, it is coming out with two new phones, and in this case they are like somewhat in the cheaper range, so they are not of course top notch, because they also have released like a lot of phones in the higher price range. So these two phones are just the Galaxy M52. So the M series, it is I think the lowest one on their list, I think. And this one, it is coming with the 5G enabled, of course, and the Snapdragon 778, that it is a pretty much mid-range good SoC. Also, it's got like 120 Hz AMOLED panel, and also it has like a 64 megapixel triple setup camera. So very interesting if it is like at a very cheap price. So this one is coming at the end of September, and I think it could be like one of the best buy phones of this period, probably. So the other phone that will probably come out, it is not a very low price phone, but is still a cheaper version of some other phone, because it is the Galaxy S21 FE, so the Fan Edition. And the last year S20 Fan Edition has got like a lot of attention because it was actually a very good phone and with a good price. Of course, they have sacrificed like some build quality on the phone and stuff like that. Some of the top smartphone feature, they were removed, but for a good reason. So this year it could be the same thing. So we have no information yet, and we still have to wait and see this one. But it is coming probably in the month of October. Then let's talk about Xiaomi. And Xiaomi just presented like a few weeks ago some new phones. And first of all, they just presented the Mi 11 Lite. So this is the 5G and NE version, because it is the newest version. So you can find it with a new SoC, so a better CPU and GPU, of course, that it is more power efficient. And actually, if this one comes at a very good price, it could be also another best buy in the mid-range category. And also you have like different colors and some new one. But also, most important, they have announced the T series family, we can say. And so the 11T and the 11T Pro, that are like top smartphone. They have like some interesting feature. And of course, for the Pro version, for example, they have also top specs on that phone. So very interesting. Also, they have like the 120 watt charging via cable. So very interesting to see that, and also to try those one. Also, Vivo is coming out with some new phones, and personally I never tried this smartphone brand, and I am very curious about this one. I mean, maybe one day I will try one of their phone, but for now I think it is not the case. And they are coming out with the X70 series, so they have three new phones. And so they have the X70, X70 Pro, and the X70 Pro Plus. They are very interesting phones with a very good build quality, and also I think they are not very cheap. And there is a very interesting feature on these phones, and it is of course the camera module, because you can see it in the back if you see the picture and the videos. So it is pretty big, and actually inside of this phone there is also a gyroscope for the camera. But this year they've added like a dedicated chip for the camera image processing, so it should take like better images, especially I think for like night shots. Then Poco should release like two new phones, and it is the C4 and the M4. So these are like the lowest category on the Poco lineup. In fact, I think this will be like very cheap smartphones, especially for the M4. I think the M3 you can buy it maybe for less than 150 euros. So it's a very good price, because they are just low to mid-range performance phone, but they are just usually based on a very long and good battery life, and also of course on the low price. Also, Motorola is coming with the new Edge 20 family, and we have like two phones, so the Edge 20 and the Edge 20 Pro. And I mean, Motorola is like a classic smartphone, so they are not changing a lot year by year. But with this one, you should have like a decent camera module in the back, and there is also a periscope module in the back to take some nice zoom photography. OnePlus also should launch the new mid to high range phone, and it is the OnePlus 9 RT. And as usual, the T version of the OnePlus phones, they are like kind of similar to the top-notch model, but they miss just something from the top phone to just lower the price. And actually this year they just mount in the back a 50 megapixel camera that should be probably the same as the OnePlus 9 Pro. So if this one comes at a very good price, maybe it could be interesting. Then I just left the most interesting phone for last, and of course it is the Google Pixel 6, and we cannot forget about this, of course, because this one, they should come in mid-October probably. And I think, as I said before, these are the most interesting one because they will have like their SoC, so made directly by Google, so that should be very, very interesting, as you could see also on the Apple devices for the M1 chip, for example, or maybe for the A15 Bionic on the iPhones. It should be always better to use like a proprietary SoC on their phone, so you can also develop better your software on it. And I am very, very curious, not very much for the performance because it should be good, at least decent, but for the power efficiency, because I want to see like a new Android phone that could last like a lot of hours of screen time. So very, very interested on that. So we will see that in probably a few weeks. So that being said, this one was the last one on my list. So if you found this video like somewhat useful, just hit the like button below because I mean, it's free. And also, if you haven't subscribed already to this channel, just click down below the subscribe button. It's the red one, so you cannot miss it. And of course, thank you for watching this video. Let me know down below in the comments which is the most interesting phone on this list, or maybe another phone that you have in mind. Write it down below in the comments. And I think I will see you in my next video. So bye for now.